Okay, guys, again, welcome back. We're back with Achalaji for Purva Ashada Nakshatra. So she's going to talk about the Beeja mantra for Purva Ashada Nakshatra, and she's also going to talk about some of the themes and some mythology related to Purva Ashada. So, welcome, Achalaji. Namaste.
Namaste. I'll share my screen now. I need to turn this on. Just a moment. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't want to work. Here it is. Okay. So last time we just finished talking about the nakshatras of solar plexus chakra. And today we are starting the nakshatras, the 5 nakshatras of Swadhisthana chakra, the 6th chakra, the 6th or 2nd chakra, how I like to address it. So Swadhisthana chakra, just in general, just to say very shortly about it, it's connected to the element of water. And it's also very interesting because if we see the Purva Ashada Nakshatra, its deity is Apas, cosmic waters, Apa Devi, and Shatabisha Nakshatra, who is the last one, its deity is Varuna. So it starts with water and it finishes with water also. So this chakra is very much about receiving, about compassion, feeling, sensitivity also, but it's also about us actually connecting with the world. So we'll see also very worldly nakshatras here, because water is mixing with everything. It spreads all around like a river, like an ocean. So different qualities of this element of water and different qualities of this sacral chakra or 2nd chakra are very, very, very visible here. And also this chakra has 6 petals, and similarly like the petals of the previous chakra, solar plexus chakra, were connected to 10 vayus, 10 different life energies in our body. These 6 petals, according to certain scriptures, are symbolizing anarthas, so the evil qualities of our mind. It says that there are 6 anarthas that need to get purified. And it's very interesting because water is mostly connected also to emotions. So these are like the 6 basic emotions that we feel that need to be purified as well. And each nakshatra is going to be connected to 1 or 2 of them, which also reveals, let's say, the weak point of that nakshatra that we need to work on a little bit more. So the first nakshatra is Purva Ashada, and its Beeja mantra is BAM. So the whole mantra is Om Bam Purva Ashada Nakshatra Namaha. Om Bam Purva Ashada Nakshatra Namaha. Om Bam Purva Ashada Nakshatra Namaha. So let us have just a look on the mantra Bam itself. So Bal means to whirl, which is somehow connected to water as well. Bul, to submerge. And But, to know, to awake. And interesting that this Beeja mantra, Bam, there's the most most popular, right, salutation to Shiva. It's Bam Bam Bole. And I find it very beautiful because right opposite again is Ardra, still Rudra. And as we are talking, I think when we are talking about Ardra, we also mentioned that Ardra is symbolized by a drop, but Purva Ashada is symbolized by ocean. So Ardra is this individuality, but Purva Ashada is where the individuality is really submerged back again into the ocean and purified again. Also, it's very interesting because Purva Ashada Nakshatra is a birth nakshatra of Mars. So we know that Mars was born from a drop of sweat from Shiva. So from Rudra, this little drop is flowing into this ocean of Purva Ashada, into this ocean of the world. And here he is born, and here he's carried and taken care of. So that's one particularly beautiful point of Purva Ashada. And I find it very interesting, this particular relation, because Purva Ashada is a nakshatra whose Mahadasha lord is Venus. And it's very feminine nakshatra also. And it's very much connected, in my feeling, to goddess Lakshmi, because even if we read Sri Suktam, there is this one beautiful verse, right? Apastrijantis nikdani, and so on, which is the prayer to the waters, which even addresses Lakshmi as the presiding deity of the waters. And we can see that in Sri Suktam, Lakshmi is mentioned 3 times as Ardra, the one that is moist one. So it's very beautiful to always see this connection between Shiva and Lakshmi, somehow very, very much present in mythology. Even the leaves that are the most dear to Lord Shiva are bilva leaves. And there's this beautiful story how Lakshmi was making her tapasya to please Lord Shiva, and she was offering thousands of lotuses. And then somehow it happened, of course it was Lila of the Lord, that 2 lotuses were gone, and she was tested in that way. So she didn't know what to do, so she just cut at both of her breasts. So she rejected, so basically speaking, he taken her own beauty and removed it, and just to complete her tapasya for Lord Shiva. So I think and strongly feel that this particular nakshatra is also connected by this spiritual power and determination on our spiritual path as well. The power to purify ourselves and determination to purify ourselves in a way. Because when Lakshmi offered her breasts, ultimately from them, Shiva actually created bilva trees. And bilva trees are now, and bilva leaves are the ones that are the dearest to Shiva, and they are always during any worship offered to Shiva. So this relationship between Shiva and Lakshmi is also very, very, very interesting in a way. And also one interesting thing to go back to that picture is that as we are talking in Mula Nakshatra, it's connected to Indra being chased away by his sins of killing Vritrasura, which started in Jyeshta. Then we read in Srimad Bhagavatam that finally Indra found his peace in a Manasarovara lake, and he hidden himself in a lotus flower because Devi Lakshmi provided him protection. So it's again a very beautiful thing that Indra found his solace in waters, and then there in a lotus flower, he was performing his tapasya before he was completely purified by his sins. And again, the most beautiful verse at the end of that tapasya, it says that Indra was finally relieved by his sins by Rudra, which is right opposite again. So again, this relation is very visible here. And I strongly feel that especially this axis, Ardra and Purva Ashada, is very much connected with ourself being purified, with ourself, this drop, the individuality, being again submerged in the ocean and connecting with our actual source, with the ocean, with the Supreme Soul. And so anartha here, so let's say the negative quality of this particular nakshatra is anger. And I think it can be very much visible because at the end, it's actually the nakshatra under which Mars was born. So both water is visible here, but also the fire, because even the symbol of Purva Ashada is fun. So it's fanning even the anger, the flames inside of us. And I've seen it many, many times that these people either tend to be very angry and somehow impulsive also in their actions, either they are going to actually direct this anger towards themselves and blame themselves. So this is very interesting because this anger, when they often turn this anger towards themselves, what is the result is that actual disease is happening due to that. So this is also one interesting thing that I noticed personally. And the energies that are connected to Purva Ashada, again, all of them are present except Muladhara Chakra. So again, this is the nakshatra of purification, of removing certain things in order for the essence to really emerge. And especially heart chakra and Swadhisthana chakra are very, very powerful here. And that's why I think it gives this Purva Ashada Nakshatra these qualities of Lakshmi, these qualities of flow, also qualities of divine love. And I think this is the brightest side really of Purva Ashada, this divine love and spiritual love, loving God really, and devotion. So Purva Ashada is connected to Anahata Chakra through its Mahadasha ruler, which is Venus. And with Swadhisthana Chakra, it's connected through its Beej mantra. And of course, it resides in the heart of Sagittarius in Swadhisthana Chakra again. And here the padas. So that's what gives this Purva Ashada Nakshatra its special flavor. So that's all from my side, Dr. Paiji.
Again, Ashada always surprised me with so much of information, and I learned so much from these discussions that we are having. It's so energetic and so invigorating that it reminds me of the Shakti of this nakshatra, which is called as Varcha Grahana Shakti, which means the power to invigorate and to energize. So water has been used all throughout the Shastras. We see all the scriptures, most of the rituals involve purification through water.
Yes.
And water has always been used, and the direction in which, see, what happens is when you do sankalpa, when you have to start any ritual in the Vedic culture, what the priest does is he gives you some drops of water to put it in your hand, and
Yes.
just by knowing how much of water has flown from your fingers through the ridges of your fingers, many people just hold it like this, the water, and things will start flowing. You will know how much of the benefit of that yagna comes to you, or the puja that you're doing comes to you. A really intelligent Vedic priest will know through that flow of water, because the if water flows from your fingers, and what water is left is what the grace you would get from the god after the
Yes.
puja. So there are two things that when they say purification happens or cleansing happens, is one is when you do a yagna or a fire ritual, you have to know how much of the produce that you put in is completely burnt. If there are half filled, half left things in the kunda. Kunda is the altar, the fire altar. The priest tells, looking at the fire altar after a few hours, to know how much of the benefit of that yagna has gone to the yajamana. Yajamana is the person who does the fire ritual, and the priest is only, yeah, he's taken the authority to do the yagna, and that's why you wear the pavitra. And when you wear the pavitra, you give oblations even to your, to the gods, to the ancestors, and from different parts of your hand is where you flow the water from. If you flow the water from, between your thumb and your forefinger in this part, you know, you're giving it to the gods. Then if you flow it from here, you're giving it. Sorry, from here you're giving it to the gods. From here you're giving it to the pitris, and likewise, so there is a water is a very purification agent, and water, I say, holds a lot of memory, unlimited memory. And water, in today's science, has proven that water can take up shapes, crystalline forms, it can disintegrate. And just looking at the water, the quality of the water, you can say, whether it has been blessed or whether it has gone through. So if you take a glass of water, and if you get bad thoughts in your mind, and then you check the crystalline structure of the water, it will be completely distorted. The same thing, if you can recite Om, just Om, it's a vibration Om, and with love, if you give the water to somebody, that water will be healing. It will form a perfect crystal. And this
That's
nakshatra, yes.
very, very beautiful. Even my spiritual master, Paramahansa Vishananda, he said many times that if we want to perfectly energize our water, it's the easiest thing to do is just to place it over a Shiyantra, actually. So very, very beautiful.
So the structure will be formed from what energies it is getting. Water quickly changes its state. Water can take any forms. It can be solidified, it can be in liquid form, it can be in vapor. And that's the same qualities of Purvashara. Purvashara people can be very, very flexible. They can take any shape, they can take any stress, and they can still flow. Because water has the ability to flow from the ridges. You flow water wherever it finds a pathway, even from a nuke, it will just flow itself. That's the nature of Purvashara, is to be integrating with the society, and they will flow. If they have to solidify, they will solidify. If they have to flow like water seamlessly without troubling anybody, they will flow through the nook and corners of. crannies of, and if they have to evaporate and to be dissolved, they have the ability to dissolve. So Purva Shada is a very great nakshatra for achieving all the spiritual energies and cleansing yourself. And beautifully, you've said that it involves all the chakras except the Muladhara chakra. So again, a fascinating discussion that we've had. It always, intrigues me the way you bring these nuances of each nakshatra with these mantras and the depth that we can go by understanding simple concepts, okay, of nature and tattvas. I think you can be able to understand these nakshatras in a much better format. So, Achalaji, again, a pleasure to have you. As always, I'm very grateful that we've been doing this series. We've been, blessed by so many people because they have been showering us with so much of praise, saying that they love the series that we're doing, and many people are benefiting from these Beeja mantras and the right pronunciation. So, thank you very much, Achalaji. Again, it was a pleasure to have you today for this nakshatra. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Balaji.
Namaste.
Namaste.